So let's go back to Kimberley now. The economic freedom fighters are commemorating, as we indicated, their 11th anniversary today, marking over a decade after formation in the South African political landscape. Also in Kimberley for us is SABC senior political reporter, who is Samkele Maseko, and he's joining us live now. Samkele, I gather you're inside the stadium, and I'm told by our colleague Tabiso Khatebe, it's a sea of red in Kimberley.
Well, Griselda, at this point in time, the rally is about to kick off. The leader of the EFF, we are told, is on his way to the stadium, Griselda. But I am going to bring in the Deputy Secretary General of the EFF just to speak about the state of readiness for this particular rally. How far is Mr. Julius Malema?
We will definitely be starting shortly because we're scheduled to start at 12 o'clock. Everything is on point and we are ready. Our people are arriving here in the stadium and they are very much excited.
When you look at some of the challenges facing this province of the Northern Cape, you as the EFF, how are you looking at resolving some of these particular challenges, knowing that the ANC has decided to work with the Freedom Front Plus within this particular province, and it also in discussions in recognizing Orania?
That is a great question because since 2020 as the EFF, we have brought some intervention here in the province of the Northwest, especially looking in the region of John Taolo Gaitewe, where most people do not have water. The EFF has tried to assist in terms of in those municipalities, and also here in Kimberley in soil plugging. There are so many issues, especially issues of roads and issues of infrastructure. The EFF has done that, and it is seen because looking at the previous elections, you can see the results of the EFF, and you can see that our people have voted for EFF to be in government because it is the one that even before that, it was working for them. So we are very much pleased and very excited with the decision that the people of Northern Cape have taken, especially looking at Sianda region, at Bixley, at Namakwa. We are very much excited. That is why we are here as the EFF to celebrate with our people on this special occasion of the 11th anniversary.
What are some of the points that this community of the Northern Cape, the residents, can look forward to in your president's speech, particularly about the socio-economic challenges they are facing, mines that are not employing them and also not benefiting from the minerals of this particular province?
The issues that most, especially the youth in this province, are facing the issue of unemployment, and there's also a high level of illegal substance abuse in this province, and those are the things that the EFF would like to see our youth having some activities, especially extramural activities, that they will be able to embark in, because you can understand that surely if you are from university and you find yourself sitting at home, there are things that you'll find yourself doing which are not right. That is why we need to also bring another university here in the province of Northern Cape, looking especially into the things of minerals, because we've got manganese here, it's very big. So we need to bring an industry, we need to bring a college that is going to educate our youth in the province of Northern Cape about mining, so that the level of education as well as employment can be improved. Those are the things that will be done under the government of the EFF.
Thank you very much. That was the Deputy Secretary General of the Economic Freedom Fighters, essentially speaking on what they are going to do. Interestingly, the provincial chairperson of Gauteng, Nkululeko Dunga, he's also arrived here in the Northern Cape. One wonders on some of the negotiations taking place in the province.
How are you?
I'm fine, and you, Nkululeko Dunga?
well, celebrating the EFF 11th anniversary celebration. Yeah, it's great to be here.
How's the life of a fired former MMC of Finance?
We do not take politics and positions of Sichaba, if you'd want to put it, to heart and personal, because we understand that in the element of serving there would obviously be always a time where you are removed or you are taken away from the position, and it belongs to society more than it belongs to the individual. So there's really no animosity, and there's no different of feeling or thought in being an MMC and not being one, because we continue to do our work and try by all means to service the people of Gauteng and the people of Ekurhuleni, and we are relishing actually being in the opposition bench in this space and really leading the EFF caucus. In actual fact, we just had a council sitting on Thursday, and some of the executive members of the ANC were saying, but you are too much now. I think we must try and water you down by bringing you back in.
So there are negotiations for you to go back to the executive.
Look, we do not center negotiations around the individual and around positions. As long as the EFF is represented in the executive and that the policies of the EFF are able to be advanced, we're pretty much fine with it.
How far are the negotiations around the metros of Gauteng? I'm told there's going to be a reconstitution in Ekurhuleni, a reconstitution in the city of Johannesburg as well. How far are you with those particular negotiations?
Well, look, dynamics will shift and change at all given material times and conditions. I mean, you have seen in Thursday's council sittings in both the city of Johannesburg and the city of Ekurhuleni, where the Democratic Alliance actually supported the ANC on numerous of the items that were tabled before council, you know. So it means that there's a change of thought, there's a change of decision-making patterns across all political parties. But the main thing ought to always remain are the interests of the people being advanced. So if the configuration of politics and positions and the bettering of positions is for the positive nature in that there's an advancement of the struggles of the people, then so be it. It does not really speak to instability, but would speak to a forever revolving pattern of change to ensure that the conditions of our people are changed.
Will the inclusion or the change of mind of Action SA to work with the ANC dilute the EFF's influence and positions within these particular metros? In Joburg, you've got 2 MMCs of finance. In Ekurhuleni, you've got Speaker and about 4 other MMCs within that particular executive. Will this rethinking of Action SA dilute your power within the working relations in Ekurhuleni, Tshwane, and also Johannesburg?
No, well, look, I don't think it would in any case, because what Herman Mashaba articulated was that they want to remain as an opposition party and they want to assume the responsibility of legislature and not the executive, where predominantly the EFF would play a significant role in the city of Johannesburg and in the city of Ekurhuleni. I know that there are engagements that actually say must assume the position of the chief whip of council, which is a legislature responsibility more than it is in terms of the executive. So it really doesn't change much. And one thing that cannot be changed is the influence of the EFF in council and in the respective councils, that is. We remain a political party which has a great number of seats in all municipalities across Gauteng. We remain a political party which has a great influence in the provincial legislature to change the dynamics in whatever position that we seek or ought to take, you know. So that they cannot take away. And it's only the people of South Africa and the people of Gauteng, when they make their mark again in 2026, will be able to say that we are renewing the mandate or we are reducing the mandate, but they are most likely to increase the mandate come 2026.
So Chief Whip would be in the city of Joburg and not, because I'm told it's going, they are proposing Peliswa or someone similar to that particular name in Ekurhuleni from your erstwhile party. And in Joburg, Chief Whip, is it Action SA?
We haven't heard of a conversation in the city of Johannesburg. We've heard about the city of Ekurhuleni in terms of the chief whip position to possibly Peliswa. But I think the ANC has its own dynamics, because outside of just Peliswa, there is a crop of people within the caucus and within the structures of the ANC who feel that there should be an alternative outside of her.
What's your thinking? National People's Assembly in December? What's that lineup looking like? I'm told Gauteng is thinking of bringing back Leon Matthys in the officials.
The EFF will always interrogate and review itself, criticize and self-criticize in its own platforms. And unfortunately, the SABC is not a branch of the EFF. Thank you.
So you are not willing to say who chose you are backing for the People's Assembly? Julius Malema, who's the SG? Your member in Gauteng, Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, also wants a taste of the SGO?
I think you are still stuck in Devon July. There are no horses here.
Thank you very much. Sharp. That is Kulilego Tunga, the provincial chairperson of the EFF. Very mum on what's going to happen at the third NPA of the EFF in December, but very vociferous on the reconstitution and negotiations around Ekurhuleni, Joburg and Tshwane metros.
Well, Samkele, thank you very much indeed. Stop being stuck at the Durban July, says the EFF. Thank you very much indeed. Live from Kimberley at the EFF's 11th anniversary celebrations. Thank you very much indeed. I'm sure during the course of the day, other programs will be crossing to Samkele for the latest, ahead, of course, of the arrival of the EFF leader, Julius Malema.